Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying Model Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest action figure video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, and let's talk toys. Let's talk about Desert Island Display. Guys, you know how this works. I speak to a fellow creator about which 5 items they would like to take from their display with them on a desert island. And on today's show, I am lucky enough to be joined by Dave Wheeler, fellow YouTube creator, comic book artist, and all-round good brother, who's going to tell me which 5 items he would take with him to a desert island. So, let's not stand on ceremony. Mr. Wayne, let's talk about him.
Dave Wheeler, welcome to the show, man. Thanks for coming.
Oh, dude, always a pleasure, Dave. You know that.
Now, I've set you a bit of a task and a challenge because what this is all about, of course, you were invited to come join me here at Model Behaviour Island. Unfortunately, when you were on the plane, you heard over the intercom, "Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is your Captain Ric Flair here. Woo! And we're cruising at a fine altitude." And instantly you thought, well, this flight isn't going to go well. And lo and behold, you've ditched somewhere in the Pacific. You wash up on a desert island, but thank goodness you have your 5 favorite action figures with you to build your desert island display. So, Dave Wonder, I want to hear, what is the first item for your desert island display?
All right. So, as some know, I'm a big web head. So I'm a big Spidey fan. There's literally an entire shelf right over there off camera. And I tried to set some parameters. I couldn't use figures that I've customized or swapped parts on. So these are stock. All of them are stock.
You set this for yourself. I like this.
Yeah. I swap heads and accessories and stuff all the time. So I set myself to, these are 5 figures. I took out of the box. I went, wow, perfect.
Yes.
So we will start out with the webhead himself, the Mafex comic art style Spider-Man.
Oh, see, I didn't know there was a comic art version.
Look at that butt highlight. Yeah, they straight up. It's all the hatching. It's all of the just kind of black overlay over that bright blue, which we're getting later this year, just in the straight bright blue. But as a comic artist, as someone who's spent the better part of his life drawing funny books, I had to go with this. It's a Mark Bagley illustration jumped off the page. Comes with a bunch of swappable hands and webs and head.
Man, that is gorgeous. I didn't know they did the highlighted one like that.
Yeah, and my psycho ass, I have both so far. I have the normal like dark blue, and then I have this. I'll probably get the light blue when it comes out. All the same figure. The only downfall of this figure is for some odd reason.
Oh,
Marvel. But
how
how
completely random. What a choice. Like, nope.
Yeah, I don't know. The articulation on this, like this is a desk figure. This dude stays right here. I'm constantly futzing around with it, constantly playing with it. Yeah, it embodies one of my favorite artists. It embodies one of my formative years in comics of the 90s. And yeah, just the articulation, the overall look, the paintwork. I know it's a pricey some gun, but I love him.
He is, but you can see with the Mafex, you can see where the money goes with those, and especially you pointed out, like especially you can tell from the lenses, it's Mark Bagley style, and Bagley is my 100% number 1 go-to Spider-Man artist, at least in the 90s, absolutely. But that's just gorgeously done, and yeah, they're going to bring out, as you said, the lighter color.
Yeah, the bright blue. So it'll be this blue, but none of the highlights.
That's it. Do you know if that was like a convention exclusive or something?
This was just, it was up. I know I got mine through BBTS, I believe.
Okay, yeah.
So, I mean, it's been, I think, a year. I'm trying to see if there's any markings on it outside of the Marvel in his diaphragm joint, but I don't think there is because it's Mafex.
That's it, because for the longest time, people were saying that Mafex Spider-Man was like the quintessential Spider-Man.
And I would say that, like, the funny thing is I like nothing against any Marvel Legend, because there are so many amazing Marvel Legend Spideys. Like there's a bunch right over here on the shelf, but this is just one that embodies so much of what I love about the character. And yeah, like I said, it has what McFarlane's trying to do right now with the hatching and making it look like the comic artwork. But they pulled it off, as opposed to the black and white blob Batman.
where you're looking at it going, where is the light source coming from here?
Clearly over here, but the light is right here.
That's it. But no, you're right. They absolutely nailed it with that. And actually, my new sort of favorite figure at the moment is my Renew Your Vows Spider-Man.
I'm so itchy.
Well
for
done.
That. I'm so itchy.
It's nice. It lives up to it. I had no idea that I liked toe articulation. I thought that's not something I need. And then boom. It makes such a difference. It's like that there's something in your brain where when you see a flat foot, it just doesn't look quite right. And then you just put a little bend, and all of a sudden looks terrific.
I go back to the OG Ninja Turtles. You know, all of them had like the pre-bent toe, so it was kind of a pain in the ass to stand them up. But oh my God, did it make a difference? Like, it made them look lively. It made them look like less of a toy and more like, oh, this guy's gonna come kick my butt.
Yeah, I love that. I'm a new convert. I'm a new convert to that. Do you have any other Mafex spider characters?
I
they haven't done a huge amount.
I do. I have the Ben Reilly suit one.
Yeah, I got that one. That one I couldn't let pass me by.
I was gonna say I have him. He's chilling right there. And then I don't know. As far as Mafex go, I mean, there's the Spidey shelf over there. Being partially blocked by the giant sentinel, but I have these two. I passed on Venom, and I actually just scored a Carnage for a good deal. So,
nice! I've been so tempted, I've been so tempted by that Carnage because you were talking about Mark Bagley, like that is that's Mark Bagley Carnage,
dude, through and through, and that's what I love about it. And actually, one of my first graphic novels I ever had was the Carnage story arc. And
me too.
It holds a special place in my heart. That the Venom's cool, but it's tiny. So like,
I've already plonked down my money for that symbiote 3-pack just to get that new Venom. No sooner had the ink hadn't dried on my King in Black review, and it was like, well, time to get rid of this.
I remember I messaged you about the 3-pack. Remember, I'm like, did you see this? And you're like, son of my gun, like.
That's the name of the game. All right, dude, that is one fantastic figure to get started with. I love it. Where are we going next?
All right, so my first love is Spider-Man. My second love is Ninja Turtles. So I actually this figure is important to me because I share this collection with my son. But the 2012 Michelangelo, also for the simple sake of, we were talking Desert Island. You get sand in this dude, you can play with him all day. You don't gotta worry about those joints getting muddled up. Saying
there's a lot to be said for that. Okay, so 2012. All right, I'm trying to picture what season style of Ninja Turtles that is. Yeah.
So these are the Nickelodeon Turtles. This was the funny thing is this was the first release, which actually looks nothing like the 2012 actual like character model.
Yeah, because I couldn't quite place him. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to those later. But I don't know. I love this because they're like almost like an IDW turtle. To me, they're just a happy hybrid. The articulation's great on them. Granted, I have them holding a two-handed weapon, but simple, fun, was super affordable. Still is super affordable. Like if you're collecting them in the aftermarket. My son got really, really, really into turtles.
Where are the turtles? Where are they?
And he and I
raising them right.
Right?
Right.
Well, we started watching the 2012 series together, and he got into it. So I was able to score 4 of these guys, like the basic 4 turtles, for like $5 a pop. And from there, I just kind of kept an eye out at swaps and stores and such, and I've scored him pretty much one of every character at the very least.
That's great because that also, I mean, that is more of a kid's toy type action figure, as opposed to like our action figure collectibles. Yeah,
the adult toys. Oh, we shouldn't call them that. But this is just fun. It's just a really cool looking turtle. They stand really easy. They're super durable. Like I've literally watched him go, "Fly, Mikey!" and like just huck it off the porch, and it's like, oh no!
I can just imagine going, oh
yeah. But so the 2012 line as a whole means a lot to me. And this is another dude, like I have one in my turtle display. This is the one that sits on my desk just because I can futz with it, and it's just fun reference. So the 2012 first release Michelangelo is up there.
Fantastic.
Also,
But,
fun thing. So Pixel Dan just did a review of Peludo, the unreleased Toxic Crusaders, like
no
big
way.
monster dinosaur villain. And the guy who sculpted that sculpted this.
Oh, nice little 6 degrees of separation there.
Yeah. So he had sculpted on like Motu, like the original Masters of the Universe line. He sculpted on the original Playmates line. He worked with Varner Studios, so it's kind of cool. It's like almost like a legacy toy, like in this sculpt, which is pretty rad.
That's really nice. That's something I've never been able to wrap my brain around, is who was responsible for sculpting what and who. Because a lot of times I'll credit like a Marvel Legends head or someone, and someone will say, "Oh, that's because it's done by this guy."
Yeah,
and I can never lock in who does what. But that's a really fun looking Mikey. And you chose Mikey specifically. Is Mikey like your guy?
Mikey is my guy, but yeah, as you'll see with the rest of the list, I'm gonna put it out there. My top 5. I have 4 spots if you count this guy. So I'm just gonna put it out there. You could choose any 4 of the turtles from this line.
That's fair. Okay, I like it. We got Spider-Man. We got Michelangelo. What's coming up next? This is looking good.
So we're going 2012. I gotta go. This is legit one of the lines that is a favorite in my entire collection. But this is the RebelTech Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line. They only did the 4 turtles. But I grabbed Leonardo. He was at the front of the display and the easiest to get out. But the range of motion on these guys is nuts. I mean, it's RebelTech, so.
Oh yeah.
But the other cool thing is so you can move his bandana, and I'm gonna do this off screen so I don't break the damn peg. But
that's it. I can always do an edit. You take all the time you need.
But it has a purse system, so you can roll the eyes. So now he has pupils. And then if you want to take him away, you can kind of side eye him. So you can give him the old McFarlane. And then if you want him action, you just push it all the way over, and then he has whited out eyes.
Oh, that's so clever.
So
I really dig that. That's a great little RebelTech feature that they have. I've got a couple of RebelTechs, and being able to position the eyes. I mean, it can be finicky, but when you can get it just right.
I will say that this is not for the faint of heart, because I constantly feel like I'm gonna break this dude. Like any of the RebelTechs, I'm like, when I pose.
It's like diffusing a bomb.
Yep. But when you lock in that pose, man, holy crap, are these like so flippin' cool? And these are so on model. But yeah, I absolutely love the RebelTech 2012 turtles.
Yeah, and I love the design choices they did with the 2012, where incorporating little hand wraps and just like
it makes them look more like they're fighters.
Yeah, absolutely. But keeping the color scheme, I dig it. I really dig it. That's a great looking figure. I didn't even know that RebelTech did Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it was one of those things when these dropped. I want to say they were like $40 a piece, which at the time people were like, "Oh my god, $40 a piece! What?" And it's like now I think the cheapest one that you can get is like 150 for like a decent KO, and it's one of those things. I grabbed them when they were on like Uber sale at BBTS because it was that thing of like I can't spend that money, but then I'm like, oh, gotta get a deal, as old Peterson says. But the 2012 turtles, like I said, mean a lot to me. These guys, I would say, are probably the definitive 2012 turtles.
I love it. That's absolutely solid. And just before we move on from that one, have you seen is it 5K? Do you have done like a samurai Leonardo and Leatherhead?
Fall is the first one that's it's the not Leonardo figure.
Yes.
That's coming. I'm very, very excited for those. I've pre-ordered him, and I pre-ordered Crocker because they're sculpted by the same guy. That Crocker, of course, through BBTS, and then Fall through 5K. And apparently the Not Donnie is coming next, but they also showed off a Not Splinter.
Yes, so, I saw the mock-up, the sort of uncolored version. Look, it looks amazing. It took every ounce of willpower in me and my bank account to not pre-order them because I was that close.
I'm weak. It went up. I'm like, done. Like, all right, cool. I'll worry about that in like 2 years when it actually ships.
Yeah, no hurry. That's fine, dude. That's awesome. I love it. So we're plowing through, but I love it. This little rapid fire, I dig it. So we got Leonardo there. What's coming up next?
All right, moving on. I had to at least include some representation. One of the premier turtle lines with the dude with attitude, Raphael. This is Raph from the Turtles in Disguise set. It has the swappable head option, so you can kind of mix and match the emotions. I had a slice of pizza on his on his side right before we started recording. I dropped him, and it's somewhere. I'll find
Well,
it.
if it's anything like my toy accessories, you dropped it 2 feet from the table and then it ricocheted off into another room in the house.
It's upstairs.
That's how it goes. Yeah.
But again, the articulation. Also, I would say this was NECA's probably first foray into this new plastic, which is very similar to like a Marvel Legends plastic. So I don't feel like I'm gonna snap it.
I didn't know this was a thing because I have the original generation and they do feel almost like porcelain.
They feel very brittle. This I believe was the first time they really dove into the more flexible plastic. Like you saw right before, I dropped Raphael and I was like, nothing.
Yeah, you did.
And like his leg is on a ball joint, and it just popped off, and I was like, it didn't snap, so I just popped it back on, no sweat.
The way it should be.
They're switching it up. The swappable gestures, so you can swap the tops of the heads and the bottom of the heads. So you have something like 8 different variety, like swappable combos for each one. So you get 8 heads in one, which is pretty cool.
I mean that Turtles in Disguise 4-pack is so good because I mean to try and get the old 2-packs and whatnot, they were crazy expensive. So a re-release like that for new collectors is just really great. I wish more companies would do things like that. And NECA really does a good job.
And NECA's been killing it because they are making the Turtles readily available. They put out that Haulathon 4-pack too, which is just a brighter green version of these.
Yeah.
So I like that they're making it available to fans, and it gives them opportunities to, you didn't get in right at the beginning? Well, hey, grab the Turtles. Good place to start. Actually, that 4-pack from Haulathon is one of my prized possessions now, because for the first time in 18 years of doing shows down at C2E2, I took the time, I went over and got to meet the 4 original voice actors, and they all signed it in paint pen.
Oh, that's wicked.
I'll send you a picture to drop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Please do. If I can splice some bits in, that'd be terrific. Yeah. But yeah, I love the NECA Turtles line. I used to have a lot of them. Man, it's the expression on the faces. It's such a cliche to say, but they literally just look like they just popped off the screen. I sold my Turtles collection, but I'm tempted just as standalone figures to get the 2-pack of the monster that looks like a centipede and the grubby cockroach guy.
That is Anthrax and Scumbug.
That's it. Just because Anthrax in particular just looks so bright. I thought he would be. Just looks so bright and just colorful. And just like, man, I just want that on my shelf.
They're so pretty. And I think that's one of the things that really gets me about the turtle lines is the bright colors. They look like fun. They look like the nostalgia is there. I mean, look at this big bastard. Mutagen Man.
Mutagen Man is another one that I wanted to pick up. Is that a Super 7?
This is the Super 7 Ultimate.
I'm getting better. I'm getting better at identifying my toys.
Dude, it's so nice. I got
him. You bought it twice. This is the glow-in-the-dark one, yeah?
Yeah, I'm a sucker for glow-in-the-dark plastic, and just this feels like the 90s to me. Can you put more neon on there and make it glow? All right. That's nostalgia. This is nostalgia personified. But yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I love those. I remember seeing an original 80s Mutagen Man figure in a thrift shop, and I hadn't seen the character before, but I just saw that design. And I was like, that's brilliant. Oh yeah, I dig that so much.
Mutagen Man is one of the few characters that I'm a completionist with. So if I can find a Mutagen Man, I grab him because
that makes sense. It's just so much fun.
It's fun and gross and just I don't know. It's just
that's also like the amazing thing with Ninja Turtles is the body horror is actually pretty intense, but it's a cartoon for kids, so it's don't worry about it.
You want to see some nightmare fuel? Look up Bugman Mutation TMNT.
All right. Well, I know what I'm googling or YouTubing as soon as we finish this.
It's horrifying.
Also, I always have this discussion with TMNT fans because people seem to fall on one side of the fence or the other. So I'm interested to get your take.
Shoot.
Splinter, all right? Yeah. Is he Hamata Yoshi or is he a rat? More to the point, what should he be? What makes the most sense?
I always go Hamato Yoshi. Just because for me, that's always been the more consistent origin story. Obviously there's also the origin story of him being the rat of Hamato Yoshi, and I'm like, that's cool, but like I think the like best happy iteration, if you will, is the IDW, where it's kind of reincarnation of Hamato Yoshi is reincarnated in this mutant, and like I don't know, I dig that version.
Interesting. I didn't know that IDW did that because I started reading the IDW comics, and I guess early on they present it like he was the rat, and I'm like, it's so funny. I'm so silly that like I can buy everything else, but the idea of a rat learning ninjutsu,
like,
no, it's ridiculous.
Let's look past the mutated turtles and warthogs and rhinos.
Exactly. It's like, I'm sorry, but that's just unbelievable to me.
And the skateboarding gecko.
Yeah, I'll get onto him later. That guy, yeah. I want to settle his hash, right. Dude. That's four awesome entries. I'm digging this. What is the fifth one to take us home?
So again, we've gone Mikey, we've gone Don, or we've gone Raph, we've gone Leo. So with Donnie, I had to go Super 7 again. You can kind of swap out whichever version, but these Super 7s are a sight to behold. I absolutely love these figures. I threw a couple random accessories. I'm trying to remember what these are from. I think these are from Palisades Muppet figures. He's got like an old-timey radio and then a slice of pizza, which I think is actually from Pizza Fight. But again, the articulation, the head options, like these, I would have a really tough time not choosing these guys over any of the other lines. They're super fun. Super posable. The homage to the OG Turtles is strong.
That's what I see.
I absolutely love the Super 7 Turtles. Well, you can swap out these heads with classic homages too. They have those in the package that look like the original head sculpts. So
okay. So this isn't, well, this is one of the original head sculpts that he comes with, but he actually has a proper retro looking one.
Yep. So which I think
terrific.
So you can have like a highly articulated version of the OG Turtles, or you can have more of, I would say, a modern turtle. And I don't know. I love all the modern sculpts, so that's what's on mine right now. But
yeah, so it is that just captures that sweet spot. I think that's just enough of a nod to the past, and then a more modern look. But
they even did like the little studs on the belt and everything, and I don't know. I love it.
Yeah, I don't own any Super 7 figures, but I always see them in store, and I'm like, I need to buy at least one just to see what it's all about, see what the engineering is like.
I would say I would be between the NECA like Turtles in Disguise and the Super 7 Core 4 brothers as like really nice standalone turtles that are easy to get, affordable, and decent quality, like really nice quality that you don't have to worry about them snapping apart. Like I said, I've had a couple issues with my Super 7's hips being loose, but I got all the original releases, and I know they've re-released the Four Brothers as basically a standalone wave. So, updated articulation, updated everything. So.
Nice. It's so wonderful that we're in that age demographic now where everything is just being made perfectly catered to us. It's fantastic. Our childhoods are being modified and sold back to us. And we're like, yes, I'll buy two, please.
Let's go. I mean, at the same time, I have just as much fun with this dude. That was like a $10 figure when it came out, and now it's $5. So I don't know. It's one of those things. Also, like with the boys now. It's that fun thing of being able to see like, oh, well, you like turtles. Cool. What do you like about them? Like, what do you dig? Every adventure my son has in his kind of like, we have a space underneath the stairs, not like Harry Potter, but what I did is I decked it out to look like a sewer layer for him. And then I put up some shelves so he can put up his dudes in there. And
that's just too much. That's awesome.
So like, but it's hilarious because I started it because it was kind of daddy daycare during the pandemic. So it's literally on the other side of this wall that my computer's on. So I could hear him talking. So I'd hear all the stories he was coming up with and the adventures that everybody was having. So, like Optimus Prime, the Ninja Turtle, and one of the PJ Masks guys were going after Lex Luthor for a slice of pizza. But at the end, they wouldn't fight. They would just have a pizza party. So it's like it's the best of all the worlds.
Yeah, man, that's so much fun. I love it. And dude, that was a great Fab Five action figures right there. I love it that so far the episodes I've got of this show have been so much the theme. Dave Wheeler, sorry, Carl Peterson. You're Dave Wheeler. Man, this is going to be a real struggle.
The other Midwest guy.
The other Midwest guy,
Yeah.
he was like, it's mostly pro wrestling. That's the thing, and it was awesome. Now we've got a heavily TMNT based list, and I'm digging it.
I will say an honorable mention goes to the I believe this is Toynami Space Ghost.
Oh man, Toy Nami. I'm not familiar with Toy Nami at all.
Well, this figure came out I think 2000. So it's been a minute. But they put out this was the Space Ghost Coast to Coast line. It was him, Brack, Zorak, and Moltar. And I've seen a lot of these that are yellowed to shit.
I bet, yeah.
This is
Trying to
my
keep
OG
it that
one,
white.
and
That's crazy.
he's stayed in pretty good shape. But I love Alex Toth and I love Space Ghost. So this was also one of the first figures that I ever had that had it's a ball jointed neck. And see, there's a little paint wear there.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Like the articulation was rad, and he's literally sat on my desk since, well, I guess 20 years now. He's always been where I am. So honorable mention goes to.
I like that. Well, that's fine. If you were coming over to Model Behavior Island, you would have been taking him with you regardless. So
there you go.
That gets an extra one there. And also, I'm happy to say that I've just received word that Captain Mike Rotunda, by chance, is sailing past on his boat. So
Oh, no.
he's going to be picking you up. No
The
problem.
IRS found me.
Everyone pays their taxes.
Yeah.
All right, you can't get away that easy. You know what? I went out on a limb with that Captain Mike Rotunda reference. I thought if anyone's going to get it, it's my boy over here.
I was gonna say we can talk wrestling for days.
Believe me, man, I'm going to be hitting you up for more of that good stuff soon. And also, dude, Kenny Omega. It looks like tonight might be the night.
Good night and good luck.
Oh, dude. Okay, I'm psyched. Before I completely derail this podcast, Dave, I want to say thank you so much for coming onto the show.
I appreciate it, man. It's always a pleasure to talk.
Absolutely. So, dude, man, thanks for coming on the show, and I'm sure I'll see you again soon.
And guys, that was Desert Island Display. Thank you, Dave, so much for joining me, and thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below which 5 items from your collection you would take with you if you were stranded on a desert island. So guys, thanks very much for watching, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Yo, dude, if you enjoyed that video, then be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And also, go over to Patreon, throw a couple of bucks Dave's way, and you can buy more pizza. Or get yourself a YouTube channel membership. That would be radical. And go buy a t-shirt and join the Facebook group and the Instagram. All the links are in the description below. All right, gotta go. Cowabunga!
Coffee. Big time coffee.